Margaret, Brennan, you've been talking to your sources at the State Department and elsewhere in the government. What's the very latest? These are very early minutes in all of this, of course.
Very early, and as you can see, I've just been emailing here with some of those officials. They are in touch. We do also know, our Major Garrett is reporting that President Obama has been informed and briefed on the situation. They're just calling it situation at this point because they just don't know. Sources that I've been speaking to say they're in touch with the Ukrainians. They're looking at their reports. I mean, these aren't coming from just anyone. These blaming of the separatists is coming from the advisor to the interior minister. So people within the Ukrainian government are making this accusation that it's pro-Russian groups. The U.S. says they can't say if that's accurate at this time. A lot of accusations going back and forth. But to recap, if you're just joining us, what we know right now is that a Malaysian Airlines Boeing 777 has apparently crashed in Ukraine along the Russian border in the area where Russia and the Ukraine have been skirmishing militarily for many months now. There have been a number of military aircraft shot down over the last several days, but this is a civilian airliner. The Ukrainian government is claiming that the civilian airliner was shot down by a missile fired by Ukrainian separatists, but that is their claim in this ongoing conflict, and that is what we have right now. We have Mark Phillips in London, who can tell us a little bit about the military activities in the region up until this point. Mark, catch us up.
Scott, this is the third incident involving an airliner being shot down, or reportedly shot down, in the area of eastern Ukraine. The two previous ones, and this is just over the last day or two, were both military airplanes. The Ukrainians claiming that one of their jets was shot down, they said, by a Russian jet just earlier today. The Russians have denied that. There's also a report that a Ukrainian transport plane was shot down. In this case, the suspicion is by ground-to-air fire using some sort of anti-aircraft missile. That plane, though, at a much lower altitude, the allegation is, than this civilian airliner, which, of course, was at 30,000 feet at cruising altitude. So a lot of military activity in terms of shooting down, or reports of shooting down, of airplanes, the previous two being military. This is the first one involving a civilian airliner, of course, raising the question as to why civilian airliners are still flying, even at altitude, in an area where there's this reported military activity going on.
Mark, thank you very much. Just to recap for you, a Ukrainian official says that a passenger plane carrying 295 people was shot down Thursday over a town in the eastern part of Ukraine along the Russian border. Malaysian Airlines has tweeted that it has lost contact with its Flight 17, which was flying over Ukrainian airspace on a route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. We have these pictures that you're seeing. If you look right in the middle of the screen, you will see a column of smoke rising. These are images that are coming to us from Ukraine, in the eastern part of the country that has been fighting a separatist battle with the Ukrainian government in Kiev. Ukrainian separatists in this part of the country have been agitating to join Russia over the past several months. Ukraine has been divided right down the middle between people in the West who want to be more aligned with Western Europe, and those many in the East who want to be more aligned with Russia. Russia, as you recall, occupied and annexed Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula just a couple of months ago, and now there has been, since that time, a great deal of combat in this eastern region, where the separatists have been agitating to join Russia. The Ukrainian Interior Ministry is saying that the aircraft was flying at 33,000 feet, which would have been its normal cruising altitude, when it was hit by a missile. A missile launcher was seen by the Associated Press near the eastern Ukrainian town of Shizny early on Thursday. This missile system that was seen by the AP journalists can fire missiles up to altitudes of 72,000 feet, so certainly well within the range of this missile system that was seen. Now, we have to emphasize here that it seems very clear at this point that a Malaysian Airlines 777 with nearly 300 people on board has crashed in Ukraine. Why that has happened, we cannot be certain. A number of military aircraft have been shot down over the last several days in this skirmish between eastern Ukraine and its home government in Kiev. But all we have at this point is the claim from the Ukrainian government that the aircraft was shot down by a missile, shot down, the Ukrainian government says, by Ukrainian separatists who are agitating to join Russia.